Guys, welcome to another episode of the 89 Garage. Today we are going to be tickling this window with a new window motor. So as you can tell, it doesn't work right now. My wife called me, said it won't come up, and it's a cable system, and the cables got disoriented inside and it busted. I'll show you. Buckle up, sit down, and we'll do this together, guys. This is the original motor that I pulled out of it. Just to show you why I had to cut this thing out and remove it. If you look deep down in there, this has a cable that wraps around. I don't know. I haven't taken this all the way apart, but somehow it goes around, winds up in there. But, well, ours is really wound up in there. And I couldn't get the window to come up. I've done these in the past and been able to get the window back up, but not this one, so I had to cut it. Let me show you the new motor and what we're going to have to do. Now, this is really strange. You're going to think this is strange. I don't know why, but they come like this. The one I just did one about, I don't know, 3 months ago, and I got it in. The up button went down and the down button went up. So these things are coming wired backwards. I read on Amazon, and there were 2 other reviews. Both of them said the same thing. It came wired backwards. So I know of 3 that came wired backwards. So I'm going to do myself a favor, and before I even put this in here, I'm going to flip it. And I just would like to say, this is the passenger rear motor. Maybe the driver's side motor is wired correctly, so I don't know. I'm going to interject right here. This video was originally recorded about a year ago, and I just want to interject and say that I just did, about a month ago, the other side. So I just did the driver's side, and that one was wired correctly. I did not need to modify that one at all. So it appears to be a problem with some of these aftermarket rear passenger windows being wired backwards. Back at it. But if you do get in that bind, this is how you can fix it. So I went ahead and spliced that and going red to blue, blue to red. I'm using these butt connectors. Just some heat shrink from Harbor Freight. I'll show you the finished project here in a minute. All right, there it is, all together. We're ready to throw her in. So the tools that you're going to need to proceed from here. Let's just say you're smart and you went ahead and bought yourself a Motorcraft window regulator and motor. Well, you probably didn't have to do everything that I've done to this point. But going forward now, you're going to need a ratchet with a 10 on it, whatever variety you like. You go ahead and need yourself a Phillips. And you also need a pick tool of some sort. There are 3 screws. We got one here, and let me move the camera down. We got one down right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these 2 out, and then we'll move the camera down. I need you to come over here with me. This is where your pick tool comes in handy. Just go down in there, and there's actually a rubber mat that hides a screw. Just get your pick tool in the corner here. Just pull this rubber mat right out. Yours is probably dirty too, I'm sure. If you have kids, and we're pulling that Phillips out. Bar she blows. Okay. Need our pick tool again, because there is a cover over this hiding a screw as well. I like to grab it back here. You get back behind there, like so, and just pull straight out, and it comes out like that. So these two pieces, set them off the side. And I lied. You do need one more thing. I'm sorry. You can buy these, Harbor Freight, wherever. Anyway, you can use this style here, or my preferred method. This is a very good little kit you can get at Home Depot. I've had it for so long, I don't even remember how much it was. T27, so it's a Torx 27. All we need to do now is we need to pop this up, straight up. Need your pick right here. And let me bring you over here and show you what I got to do now. All right, so if you lift this up just a little bit, there's this little tab right here. Just push that in and pull straight up. And there it is. Okay, this door panel is all ready to come off now. The only thing that's holding it in is the Christmas tree style clips. I usually just grab right here, since it's a good little handle, and just start popping. And but okay, you can get right there. There's just some couple tabs right here. You push on those, come out like this, spin it, get your panel out of the way. Now we need to remove this. Okay. To get access in there, you need to pull this away. Now, if you're careful, this stuff will re-stick again. I only did this a couple days ago, so it's not quite re-stuck, and it's been cold outside. So when this gets in the heat again, and this, I think this looks like butyl rope to me. Just bring this all the way down, and I just kind of let it hang at the speaker. All right, right now, this is further along than yours will be. So I'm actually going to go get the old motor, and I'm just going to attach it, just show you how it attaches. It's really simple to get out. I had to go back and do a little recreation, because when you open yours will still have this here. Mine did not. I had to cut, like I said, I cut the cables, removed it all the way out of here so I could get this window up and my wife could still use the car. This is what you're going to see when you open yours up. Pretty close anyway. Now, to remove this harness, again, this pick tool is fabulous for this job. Take L, slide it right in there. She slides right out. So now you're going to remove this bolt only. Get it all the way out of there, set it off the side. Now these two remaining bolts, you'll see these are slotted, and those bolts will fit right through that hole. Makes it really handy to install it as well. You just kind of make that a couple turns loose, and you slide it up like this. Now, when yours is all together, this is not going to be coming out through here like I'm going to do right here. It's going to be coming out all through right here as an assembly. But since I don't want to drop that and have to fish it out, I'm pulling it out right now. The next thing that we need to do is we need to just break these loose right here. unfortunately, this window needs to move down to here because there's a bolt that holds the window to the regulator. Let me show you on this where we're trying to access. Let's see, we are on this side of it. So this bolt right here, you can't get to it until it's down here. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. So I don't know, roughly it's probably about right here right now ish, and we need to get it down to here. This one here you can access all the way down through here, but we need to get that window down in this area, and to do that, on mine, we got to remove this tape. Now you got to be careful with this. You don't want to phone a friend or something right now if you need to. All right, move this down to where I can see this bolt in the hole. It's right there. And all right, so now we got access to both bolts on this. Let's see if I can't get that to hang out somewhere else. Now, up to here, normally I would use an impact all the way to here. I strongly recommend that these two bolts, you do not use an impact. And those bolts just look like that. They're pointed because they go in plastic. Now we got that there. Now I got to raise this thing up again. So have your helper or your tape raise this back up with you. Now from here, just finish removing these two nuts. Now again, if you have the whole entire assembly, you're going to be pulling out the motor and everything with it at this point in time. But this is all we got. See, this is where I cut my cables. One thing that I did notice on the other one that I installed is that one had way more grease on this here. So I actually applied some more grease to it. I'm going to do that on this one really fast, just to help it live a longer life. I'll be using dielectric grease just because I like it for this application a little bit better than axle grease. Now, to install this, we need to take these two rubber pieces off. That's just to protect the threads on that. Now we're going to go ahead and take these two bolts that we left in the motor all the way out. My hands got grease on them now, so they're not turning so hot. All right, so it's these two on the left that you need to start. All right, so we're greased up and we're ready to go in. Slide that like so. I just kind of let the motor kind of do its thing until I get just kind of let the motor hang out, do its thing until you get these in. And just start these so it doesn't fall out. All right, now come back over here to your motor. And there's your two bolts. Line those up in the big hole, slide them down to the small hole. And we'll get our third bolt. Put that in while this is loose. You'll want to start this while it's still loose, just in case you get a little bit off. These two are going to kind of do their own thing, and this will kind of help keep it located. This is where an impact would be handy. There. All right, guys, at this point right here, we need to be able to roll down the window now, so we also need this plugged in. So go ahead and just plug this switch back in. You want to get this to where you can see those holes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back off. All right, take your tape down, and we're pretty much done with the tape now. This needs to just come down and lay right here. Let me actually bring you guys down and just show you what you're looking at here. See what I mean by it's got to be in that hole? These gray things are in the window already, and you do not need to replace those unless they're bad. Ours aren't bad right now, so yeah, we're not going to replace them. Now for this here, absolutely do not use an impact to tighten these up. You don't want to break your window. Now we got to come up with something for this. Let me just show you what you can run into if you don't get this zip tied. Where's our switch? Let's say you just tuck that in there like that, and this thing comes down, you're running right into it. See that harness moving? Hopefully you can. It's running right into it. Eventually, bad things can happen right there. So I suggest that you just zip tie this thing together. Just go ahead and wrap it around, right? Just get it started. That's all you got to do. Bring it right around like this. And just leave it like that. Snip that. Now we'll test, make sure we're not hitting anything. See what I'm saying? All right, now we can put this thing back together. I'm gonna take this thing back off while we reassemble. This needs to go through that hole. This needs to go up and over the top. Get that there. Don't forget this. This has to go back in. All right, we got that. Now we can go ahead and listen to everybody in the house yelling. Slide that through there. That. We come up here. There's just a lip. You get over the top of the windowsill here, and then pretty much just bam, 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 bam. Then for these here, these pieces, they just push straight in. All right, now all we got to do is plug this in. They don't give you a lot of room in that harness. That just snaps back down in. We got 4 Phillips screws to put in, and we're done. The only thing left to do is to brag to your friends that you got this done. Tell them to hop on over to my channel, look at my other videos, and how about you subscribe while you're here? I just helped you out, right? This just lays in the bottom. There's nothing that holds it down. And I guess you probably want me to test this out on the video, don't you? So I probably will go ahead and do that for you. This will go faster with power tools, but you just got to be careful. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and kick the key forward again. and test our work. All right, down, up. Voila. All right, guys, we're done. Thanks for watching another episode of the 89 Garage. I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. I would surely appreciate that. And this is going to be nice.